Don't be alarmed, I didn't make this trade, the AI did. Peter Fairbanks is on the move to Tampa in exchange for pitcher Drew Hackenberg and Sebin Sabalos, a third baseman. Later on in the episode, we'll break that move down. We got work to do against the Toronto Blue Jays. We are down by 1 here in the bottom of the 9th as Taylor Ward steps to the plate here facing Jordan Romano, sitting top 4th in saves in the American League. He just might be on the outside looking in for a closer spot in the All-Star game. Ward gonna smack this one to right field, and a diving attempt by, what is his name? It doesn't even matter, as Ward is gonna hustle all the way to third, and hell, with a weak enough throw, he might score. Taylor Ward, leadoff triple in the 9th. We just have to get a hit to drive him in. Rengifo 0 for 3 today, and he is going to hit this one deep to right field at the track, at the wall. It is off of the MLB Show 24 sign. We're in 2025. Wish they'd update that. Doesn't matter. We get the walk-off victory. Would have loved to have seen this, I don't know, 10 months ago, 8 months ago in the postseason. But it's a new season. Can't be crying over old spilled milk. It stinks anyway. We get the victory. Sam Balkman gets credited with the win, and Romano blows a save. All right, Fairbanks on the other end, he's still a very good closer. Saved 18 games and has a solid ERA. Not exactly sure why the Rays felt like they needed him. The Braves felt like they needed him. But when you look at Raisel Iglesias, who is supposed to be the closer, he's not closing that many games. Joe Jimenez is. He's got 20 saves and a .91 ERA. That is sick. Sebin Sabalos, solid guy. I mean, he won't play anytime soon as long as Austin Riley's there. And Drew Hackenberg, he could become a guy that they throw in the rotation in a couple of seasons. Rosenberg is not going to come back. He's out for the whole entire year. Forget what the exact injury is, but it is what it is. As we take on the Baltimore Orioles, we jump in here in the top of the 8th inning, down 3-2. Joe Adell having to hustle back on a foul ball as Mike Trout steps up, and he's going to hit this circle change high and deep to left. Is it going to be enough to give us the lead? You know what? If Baltimore didn't push back that damn left field, that could have been a home run. Blame architecture. Shonyo, ground ball up the middle. It gets past the diving Jordan Westberg. We'll have runners at first and second. As we look at Jordan Westberg, he might have come down awkwardly and strained a tricep muscle, kind of similar to CM Punk, who had an injury in the 2024 Royal Rumble. But it's a strain for him as long as the MRI shows so. Moniak will step up to the plate, 2 for 3 in today's game. Oh, gets a slider down the middle, but he hits it to short, the second, the first, and unfortunately, we are not going to get the run that we need to get the lead. So, Andrew wants to go out there in relief and get Mateo, who replaced Jordan Westberg, on a slurve. Cedric Mullins gets a little jammed on a slurve, and he's going to hit it to Trout, who is now playing right field. He'll be playing right field. Still has a solid enough arm. Maybe we move him to left. It's kind of tomato semantics. It doesn't matter. Austin Hayes will hit it to Trout, who will still show that he still has some range even at the age of 5. I forget how old he is. I'm going to have to check his player card. Nonetheless, we have way more hits. And we get our first look at Felix Bautista. Yes, that Felix Bautista. You did not see him in 2024 as he was still recovering from Tommy John's. This is really the first time I've probably shown you guys him. No, we did play them earlier in the season. He just did not get a save opportunity. Nonetheless, we see him here. Taylor Ward gonna struggle to hit a slider, and listen, anybody would have struggled to hit that slider, even if your bat were 3 times longer. Wilson takes a fastball, and it only has an exit velo of 82 miles an hour every fly ball to center field. And Bautista, yes, he definitely keeps it 100, throwing a 101 mile an hour pitch for strike number 2 on Ohapi. Can we get ahead of him? 1-2 pitch is going to be a strikeout. The Orioles will get the victory. 3-2 as they continue to be in the hunt for the American League East title. Granted, we are beyond the halfway point in the month of July. We jump into yet another Orioles-Angels game. 2 runners on for Nick Madrigal, and he will somehow work the walk on Mike Baumann, which means they will change relievers again to now Dylan Tate. 2.75 ERA, 10.8 strikeout rate. As the Oriole bird, I don't remember his name, he's going to throw us some juju our way, as Joe Adele will strike out on a sinker inside. He really shouldn't have swung at that. Oh, Mike Trout takes a slider. Oh, damn it, not that far. Well, far enough, but not enough to get a run. Dylan Tate pumping his fist in excitement because, listen, he got the job done. Ward takes a knuckle curve to right field. It's going to bounce down. Henderson will throw it back in, but it won't matter. 2 runners on for Gordon Wilson. 3 for 7 in the series. 2 hits. Oh, he's not going to get one on a knuckle curve. He almost swung out of his shoulder socket. Hoppy is going to show some patience, though, showing the young 18-year-old how it's done. Yanier Cano. Damn, how many relievers are y'all going to use today? He's got a 1.68 ERA, so maybe I shouldn't be talking. He's good enough to be out there. Let him be out there. Bases loaded. Zach Neto smokes one deep to left field. It is going to get out of here. Holy cow. Zach Neto, not known for his power, juices up and gives us a 3-run lead. His 9th home run. Maybe I should stop saying he can't hit for power. We still have the lead, as Baltimore does get 2 in the 8th inning, looking to get some more. Runner on third for Gunnar Henderson. He's going to take one and hit it right past the diving Neto, whose grand slam will now be neutralized. And it's a tie ball game of 5 apiece. Kiala, ground ball. Shoniel, back to Neto. Neto, back to Shoniel for the 3-6-3 double play. Blue Jays ahead of the Cardinals 10-4 as the Orioles are looking to get within a game of them. Well, actually, it wouldn't be the case if that 10-4 score stands. John Rhodes gets a hit. And to hit the Madrigal, Mateo to Madrigal to Wilson to Shoniel will end the 9th inning, and we are going to extras. Runner on second, Ward 1 for 4. Smokes lefties this season, and what do you know? They pelt him one in the shoulder. Runners will be at first and second for Wilson. 2 for 4. Chopper up the middle, off the foot of Perez. Wilson going to be just fast enough to get and be safe at first as they check on Cionel Perez. And I would like to think he's going to shake that off. Seemed like it hit him in the bottom of the cleat, so not, I guess, too painful. Might affect his push-off. Logan Alhapi hits this deep to right field. It is going to stay in the ballpark. Runner from third. Going to tag up and score. Runner from second will go to third. We got runners at the corners with a 1-run lead. That's not enough for me as, Neto will strike out on a slider inside, and Madrigal smack this one to right field. Gunnar Henderson chasing it down the corner. He makes the diving sliding catch. I guess that's what happens when you're about, 21 years. No, sorry, that's Heston Kershaw. You would think I would know my Orioles players, given I have friends who are Orioles fans, and I'm a Yankee fan. Nonetheless, Robert Stevenson going to look to get the save with a run on second. He strikes out Cedric Mullins on a slider. Dangerous slider that kind of caught a little bit too much of the plate in my eyes. Austin Hayes hits it to right field. It is going to bounce between Adele and Trout and roll all the way up into the corner. 1 run will score. Ball game tied at 6. Runner on second with 1 away. His 15th RBI double of the season. Well, his 15th double of the year. As Adley Rutschman will step up to the plate. 2 for 4 with a triple and a homer, driving in half of the Orioles offense. Slider jams him, but it bounces in front of Neto. They'll throw him out at first. So that means Gunnar Henderson is going to be tasked with winning this ball game. 60 RBIs, and I think it said 28 home runs. Yeah, Gunnar Henderson is gunning for an MVP. And pitch on the outside is going to be ball number 4. Well, at least his on-base percentage will get higher. Ryan Mountcastle, 0 for 4. Smacks one down the first base line. Shoniel dives just a little bit late. Trout will come up throwing to the plate, and it is not going to matter as the runner will score. And the Baltimore Orioles will take this one 7-6 in 10. Ah, damn. Robert Stevenson blows a save, his second blowed save of the season, as we now face them yet again. Damn, why are we running so many close games against the Orioles? If this had been old Camden Yards, that would have been a 3-run homer. Nonetheless, it'll score 1. Actually, 2 as a matter of fact. No, yes, 2, thank you. And it is now 5-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Taylor Ward smokes one. A sinker in the left field. Running back at the, oh man, just off the top of the wall. When did they make that wall taller? Doesn't matter, because we end up picking up the victory anyway. Final score 8-3. 5-run 8th inning gives us the victory. Madrigal looking to keep a 10-game hitting streak alive against the New York Mets as they wear their City Connect jerseys. A jersey that a lot of people don't seem to like. I think it's not too bad. I understand what they were doing there, as I'm from New York City. I've probably told y'all 1,000 times. Cutter gonna get hit down the third base line, really left field foul line. Madrigal comes sliding in, avoiding a tag. As if you know the Mets, you know that they play not too far from the 7 train. The 7 train, the train is usually silver, and the 7 train logo is purple. That's probably what they were going for in a bit of a concrete look. Nonetheless, Shonyo will hit this one to left field in a diving attempt, not going to be caught. 1 run will score. A second will also score. A third looking to come to the plate, and it'll count. Mike Trout will score. It is 5-1 Angels. Shonyo with a 3-run double. I don't know if that really should be scored a double, but I don't make the scoring rules. It's what it is. As Reed Detmers go to 6 strong, giving up 3 hits and striking out 6. So we jump into the next game. Top of the 6th with 1 away. Bases juiced for Taylor Ward. Has walked today. I'd take a walk. It means a run. High fly ball left field. Taylor Ward. Damn it. Just foul. And he gets a second opportunity to splitter, hit in front of the plate. Tags the runner from third going home because they have no choice. Throws it to first. Bases will still be juiced for Shintaro Fujinami. Nettle will come to the plate looking for RBI of at least 43. And he'll slap this one to first. Pete Alonso makes the catch, and wow, he definitely saved at least 1 run. Phil Bickford will face Mike Trout here in the top of the 8th inning. Mets up by 1 run. Runner on first. Trout takes a fastball deep to left field. They'll have to change their running track, throw it back in. Unfortunately, be a second out. Ward won't walk this time, but he will get hit by a pitch. That means Neto will come back to the plate looking to give us at least a tie, if not the win, as you can see on the bottom ticker. Brandon Woodruff is drawing interest from certain teams. I might inquire. We'll see. Liner right at second base as Luis Angel Acuna making the catch. Yes, that is Ronald Acuna's brother. Hit the third over the first, and questionable call. I thought he might have been safe. As Dice will chop this one past Edwin Diaz into center field for a base hit here in the 9th inning with 1 away, and we get our first MLB look at Jordan Adams. He's been out for most of the season. I didn't intend on him staying up here, but he's here now, and we could use the extra outfielder. And you know what? Positive thing, he works the walk. Soto, take one for the team. Why do y'all back away? Take one for the team. Get to the number 1 batter. Son of a gun. See, this is what happens when guys get tired. Soto has to, you know what, let me not complain about that. Soto, I'm not going to lie, is a roster bubble player right now. Don't know if I really want to play him. Floater in the right field, and the Mets will take this game 5-4. Dude, that is veteran awareness. You're supposed to take that. Just take the hit. Clevenger gave up 10 hits, and as you can see, we're jumping straight into the draft. Wasting no time. With the number 1 pick, the Pirates will take Alexi Jimenez, a starting pitcher. Might be a solid guy. 20 years old, played some JUCO for a couple years. He's pretty healthy, according to his health records. Second pick in the draft, we'll go to the Oakland A's. Yes, they're still going to be in Oakland. David Ramirez. So back-to-back years, they end up with basically the top player. Their shortstop has not played yet. I would think he'd play at some point this season, if not more than likely next year. He's definitely playing. He is still the highest overall player on the A's. It's Joaquin Zepeda. And the third pick will go to the White Sox. That is Diego Costa, shortstop, lefty batter, righty throwing. Played 4 years, starting at the age of 17, and he is now going to be a professional baseball player. We get to our pick, and I'm not going to lie, there were a decent amount of guys that went, like Jay McClendon in this draft, and I'm just looking at some of the guys. I personally don't have a problem drafting a reliever first, but we do need position players down in the minors. Prince Montero, not too bad, but it's way too wide of a range to know what he's going to be. Adrian Santiago looks very good, maybe a second round pick. Judd Thurman, he can field. I don't know if I'm willing to wait that long for him. Rick Price might be solid, could be Justin Santana looks like a damn good catcher, but we don't need a starting catcher. And Claude Millar, good or great two-seam and curveball. Reggie Steiner is definitely looking like the pick, but I'm still not 100% sure. I do like what he throws. We look at Jesus Polanco. He's not scheduled to get taken until much later. Elliot Bernard, okay player. Damian Hopkins is going to be the pick. I know we don't need a first baseman, but I can definitely move him into the corner outfield spots where at some point we're going to need replacements. Second round pick, Reggie Steiner is there. Actually, Steiner got picked before Jesus Polanco. Listen, we need outfielders. Mike Trout, we need to figure out who's going to replace Mike Trout. Maybe it's Joe Adele and I'm just overthinking this. Maybe it's a free agent that I just haven't seen at this point in time. We go with another outfielder with the third pick, Elliot Bernard. Pretty good potential in my eyes. Cy Legend was drafted last year and not signed. Not by us, but by another team. Sean Cordero, a power catcher. I will gladly take him, but we're going to go with reliever first. I know it's weird to take a reliever, but we need relievers, so shut up. Larry Taylor, good contact, good defense, at least possibly that is the case. Joel Gordon, do I go with another reliever? Rick Simmons, that'd be another first baseman. I'd hope he'd play somewhere else, and the clock is running down. SDS, can we please just get 3 minutes for the user? Just the entire draft. 1 minute is nowhere near enough time, especially late in the draft. Like, that's ridiculous. As I didn't forget who the hell we took. Nonetheless, we jump into the 6th round, and there are some possible candidates. Steve Locke, Felix Valencia, Omar Palmero, Grant Howell, third base. He's might be okay. He's 23. Not that age doesn't really sway me one way or another. I just want a more sure player at any point in time in the draft. I mean, granted, it's the 6th round, so you're going to take what you can get. And I really gotta figure out where we could use some depth. There's some second basemen, there's some catchers. We do have older catchers. Matt Dice, I don't know where he's going to be next year. Maybe I re-sign him. Maybe we find a catcher in free agency. And ultimately, we are going to go in the 6th round with Solomon Copeland, not by choice. Yeah, they chose him for me, but maybe it'll play out in our favor. 50 to 84 potential. His overall is probably going to be in the 50s. And Damian Hopkins was our 1st round pick. Just a recap of the numbers here. He looks very good. I don't care about the accuracy too much unless he's going to play in the outfield. Jesus Polanco might be the best overall player we take, though. I don't like that discipline or vision. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Elliot Bernard, he can hit for power. He's got some arm to him. He's going to need some work. He is a switch hitter. That's primarily the reason why I took him. He also is very good. He's at least going to be solid. Cy Legend might be a strikeout artist, but he's going to have trouble spotting his pitches. But he has 78% interest, and to be honest, he'll probably sign the very first signing period. Do like the pitch mix, wish he maybe threw a sinker. We'll see about that. Sean Cordero, I'm hoping he is the power threat he looks like he could be and can field well, even if he doesn't throw all that hard. I don't know how much catcher arm strength matters in this game to throw in the 2nd or even the 3rd, but we shall see. Solomon Copeland, no idea what he's going to be. As we jump into the final game before the All-Star break. Actually, is this the final game? Yes, this is the final game before the All-Star break. Mike Trout, bases loaded, up by 1. Yeah, I have my custom game entry to where we can jump in as early as the 5th inning because, hey, you never know when you can take over again. Unfortunately, Mike Trout will not be that player as he strikes out on a slur. Kodai Senga pitching very well this season. Pitched pretty well this season before. He's on a Mets team that's kind of right about now, which really isn't surprising given all of the budgetary issues they had. Damn it, Ohapi. Come on, if it looks close, you gotta swing. Unfortunately, we don't swing for anything, as we end up losing 4-1. Edward Olivares with 2 home runs, driving in 3/4 of the offense. And at the halfway point, we are 43-55. 15 games out of division. Not sure what a trade might look like. 9.5 out of a wild card spot, the 4th worst team in the American League. And I have to sigh for good reason. I don't know what to do with this team. It didn't help that Mike Trout wasn't there. Maybe we can close the gap in the second half of the season and make something of it. Challenge for a wild card spot. It really remains to be seen. Patrick Sandoval's probably been our true best player, pitcher or hitter. Detmers is at least progressing. Cheney, I mean, come on, we just saw him. And if you didn't, check one of the previous episodes in the playlist. Reliever-wise, I already know who I'm going to call up next, but we haven't had any reliever injuries or necessarily anybody that's been too terrible that I want to call up. Robert Stephenson, 21 saves and a 2.00 ERA, so he's being worth the money. Batting average-wise, we are at the middle of the league, batting .258, led by Shonyo, Adele, and Mickey Moniak. Runs-wise, again, middle of the pack. Shonyo, Moniak, and Adele. You're going to hear these names a lot because, well, they've been basically all of our offense. What do you know? Hits. Adele, Shonyo, and Moniak. It sounds like a damn law firm at this point. I mean, it is what it is. They've been the most consistent contributors, even in doubles. And let's be honest, our best triples guy is going to be Adele. I did make the decision to up his steal rating to about a 70 because I feel like he's fast enough to steal bases, and I do want to steal more bases. As you look at the home run leaders, the same usual 3 as I just mentioned earlier. Same thing with runs batted in. You're really starting to get a pattern. But while Joe Adele hasn't been a great base stealer, he can be a fine enough base stealer. So I figured maybe in the 70s seemed like a really solid number. Maybe he'll steal on his own in simulation. As you can see, he should have at least 15 steals at this point. But again, there's no setting where you can have guys auto run, especially not in play a lot games. You can't do it like you used to be able to do in Road to the Show, where there was like a perk for it and they'd be able to steal. I'm just throwing ideas out there, okay, SDS. Base on balls, we're going to be last because we do put the ball in play a lot more than we do walk. Strikeouts, we're tied for 7th best. Again, we put the ball in play. We don't walk, but we also don't strike out all that much. And as a result, our slugging percentage, well, actually is middle of the pack. We don't have very much in the way of power, though these 3 guys continue to lead it. Moniak, Shonyo, and Adele. And wow, this is really starting to get extremely repetitive. I guess we will start to think about, a trade going into the second half of the season, or really the next 2 weeks. And then, as you can see, errors-wise, we aren't really, well, this is kind of misleading. I'm not playing the game, so shoot, probably have way more if that were the case. Fielding percentage, they really need a different way to differentiate defense besides fielding percentage and errors, but this is MLB The Show, and it's been out for damn near 20 years. ERA, this is definitely something I want to see them split. I need starter ERA and reliever ERA because there is a difference between the two. Anywho, maybe we have a trade. I know Adele is going to get an extension. Again, it's not going to be anything too crazy. If he has, I will probably just buy out all of his arbitration years. See complete games, there are far too many in MLB The Show, and I'm not going to mess with the sliders more than I already have to throw anything out of whack. That's just an SDS thing. Shutouts, we have 7. I don't even know who the hell the other 6 were outside of Reed Detmers, but it is what it is. Saves, Stephenson has taken the majority of those, 21 of, let's say, like 40 opportunities or 30 opportunities. Blown saves were not that many. Sitting in the middle of the pack is tied for 12 with like 50 other teams, but it is what it is. Now, again, as far as trades are concerned, Luis Rengifo is on the trade block. We've already traded Zach Plesac. There may be a call-up later on. Victor Medeiros is definitely an option. Jose Soriano is the reliever I've been thinking about calling up at some point, because his hits and Ks per nine are both in the 80s, if not damn near 90. His walks per nine is the problem. And, in simulating games, walks per nine matters way more than damn near anything else, which is kind of stupid because there are 3 other per nine attributes that should matter as well. But I don't make the algorithms of the game, so I just play it. At least I've done so for the last 19 years. SDS, if you want my input, please hit me up. Ramon, you just retweeted one of my tweets. Not that up. Nonetheless, strikeouts wise, pitching wise, we actually said 11th, so not too bad. We're getting guys to strike guys out, which is solid. I mean, I'd like to move up, or at least be a little more consistent as we look at the league leaders and where some of our players compare. Adley Rutschman leads the American League in batting. I won't show any National League because we don't play in the National League, so I don't care. We'll show that at the end of the year. Shoniel leads for our Angels, and Adele is right behind him at 292. As far as hits are concerned, Adele has more hits, which he's right behind Juan Soto, who is making ridiculous money. You're welcome. Yes, I decided to manually sign him with the Yankees, so that Juan Soto's already made it clear that he wanted to stay. Nonetheless, home runs, we're not going to have anybody too crazy, though Moniak is top 10, which we'll gladly take. Alvarez leads in RBIs. Our closest leader is Mr. Nolan Shanuel at 55 ribbies, followed by Adele a little further down. Stolen bases, again, Adele isn't stealing enough. This is right around when I made the attribute change, so Adele goes from about a 68 to a 72 overall, just based off his upping his steal and base running aggressiveness a bit, just because he does have triples, and it's kind of difficult to see guys get triples in simulation. I mean, in simulation it happens, but when you're watching, guys rarely go past second, even if they're fast. Like, they don't even test it too often. Slugging percentage, Shanuel and Adele, as you can see, they have been Shanuel, Adele, and Moniak have been the only thing keeping us from being the worst American League team in the league. Like, seriously. Jacob deGrom leads the league in ERA. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt in the second half of the season. I have no control over that. Look at ERA. Again, I'd rather see starter ERA and reliever ERA because, well, we'll starter, reliever, and closer, because closers and most relievers don't pitch in the same situation. So it is what it is. Strikeouts. Again, we've got guys that are not too bad. Reed Detmers finished second in the Cy Young last year. I think he's going to be very far from that at this point, which, I mean, it's fine. I'm not too concerned. I wasn't expecting him to avenge his second place in the Cy Young Award last year, but it is what it is. And Detmers has also been our Iron Man of sorts. Whip, hear things. Check out the Franchise Ain't Dead podcast, and I'll bring y'all more content coming soon.